Hi, everyone. The story I want to start with today is called Blizzard by Rocoo. He's our author and illustrator. This is a true story about a blizzard that happened when he was a boy. You all know what a blizzard is? It's a really bad, really severe snowstorm with a lot of snow and a lot of wind, and it can be kind of scary. One day, when I was a young boy, nearly 4 feet of snow fell from the sky. This is my story. Blizzard. The first flake fell right before recess. It was followed by many, many more. The wind whipped up and school closed early. By the time my sister and I got home, the snow was already over our boots. The snow continued to fall through the night, and I thought it would never stop. The next morning, the snowdrifts were so high we couldn't open our front door, so we went out the window instead. Mom is saying, "Be careful." We laughed as we sank deep into the frozen powder, but walking was hard. It was like trying to move through white quicksand. Oof! Every few steps, I had to stop and rest. It was even too deep for our sled. We need sled dogs. When we went back inside, we were cold, wet, and tired. Mom is saying, "Welcome back, explorers." We made camp by the wood stove, and our feet tingled as we sipped hot cocoa made with milk. On the third day, Dad shoveled the driveway so he could get the car out when the snowplows came. We dug tunnels and secret rooms under the snow. He's saying to his sister, "An igloo can keep you warm in sub-zero temperatures." And she says, "What's an igloo?" Do you all know? That's an igloo that they built under the snow. By day 4, the plows still hadn't come. I wondered if we'd ever see grass again. Inside, things got tense as our food started to run out. I knew we couldn't survive much longer on cocoa made with water. We need to get to the store, but the roads aren't plowed, and we certainly can't walk through this. Sounds like his parents are worried too. On day 5, I realized it was up to me to take action. I was the only one who had memorized the survival guide. I was the only one who knew what equipment was required. I was the only one light enough to walk on top of the snow. On day 6, I made a list. Milk, bread, eggs, candy bar. I prepared the sled, then I set off. My usual landmarks were covered by snowdrifts, but I managed to check in with the neighbors on my long journey. They're asking him for candles, cat food, coffee, peanut butter, and he says, "Okay." And he has to go a long way. Let's see if I can open this up so that you all can see it. He has to travel all the way from his house over here, all the way to the store, to the market. Ooh, it's hard to show it to you on camera. There he is. He's saying, "I made it." At last, I reached the store. I was tired, hungry, and chilled to the bone, but I couldn't think about myself. I was on a mission. He asks, "Are you going to carry all this by yourself?" And the boy says, "Yes, sir, I've got my sled." And the lady is saying, "Yes, he's on his way back now." She must be talking on the phone to his mother, maybe. On the return trip, I raced to drop off the groceries before the sun went down. Grateful smiles and cheers gave me the energy I needed to make it back home. Wow! Meow! The cat's grateful that he brought her some cat food. Oh, he made it home. That night, we all had hot chocolate made with milk, and it had never tasted better. It was a perilous journey. But there was something else we still needed. Snowplows! It looked as though we would see civilization again after all. They're saying, thank heaven, I was going stir crazy. Although he's saying, guess we'll have to go back to school tomorrow. We had survived the blizzard. The end. Isn't that a cool story? And it's true. The author tells you here, on Monday, February 6th, 1978. So that's about 42 years ago. New England experienced one of the biggest snowstorms in its history. It snowed for 2 days, and by the time it stopped, parts of Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut were buried under 40 inches of snow. That's 4 times the height of this book. The wind was blowing 50 miles an hour and created snowdrifts up to 15 feet high. Where I grew up in Rhode Island, it took over a week for snowplows to get to our street. This book is based on my experience as a 10-year-old boy in that blizzard and how I got to the store over a mile from my house with tennis rackets tied to my feet. Pretty cool.